shot down.
We don't know.
And there are people on that plane? I'm talking about passengers?
We would assume so, but we just don't know.
This is a sick day.
I just don't ever recall a time where a plane was hijacked. We didn't immediately know about it.
Why are they still being hijacked?
All right, here's what I know. The plane crashed in Somerset County, Pennsylvania.
Hey, Howard?
Yeah.
Maybe the pilot just flew it into the ground.
You think the pilot's, just saying, I'd rather crash in an unpopulated area at this point?
Let's just kill ourselves.
Maybe that's what they're doing.
But now, Gander just told me that people are assuming that the actual pilots are not,
I don't think so.
That can't be. No, that they're not the actual pilots. They're just like some
Right, I think some terrorists.
Howard, there's an exodus of people, it appears, walking on the FDR towards the Williamsburg Bridge through the park here.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, Richie was in the Times Square area, who works for E. He says he's walking to Queens, and Casey and Benji are asking me, do I feel safe here? I was like, I don't feel safe anywhere in this country right now.
Yeah, where are you going to go?
What am I going to do, walk to Connecticut? I mean, what do you do?
Well, KC just bailed out. He told me he didn't feel safe in the building, and he wants to be on the ground.
He lives on the ground floor, so fine.
Look, I want to be on...
He's going to go home to his basement.
There's a guy...
that was their plan, Howard. They instill fear. That's what they wanted to do, was the fear factor.
Don't expect KC to defend us.
Yeah, like, I want to be the foxhole of KC.
I'll tell you one thing. I've never been, the Vietnam War, I never want to go fight, but I'll go fight this one.
This is something to fight
I'll
about.
enlist right now, and goddamn it, fly over there and help blow up these pricks.
I'll be right with you, Howard. I'll be right there with you.
You bet.
You know what, Howard? You know what I keep saying to John?
Casey, you get on the ground floor, buddy, if you're nervous. I'm serious. I'm not even making fun of you. You go ahead. Go ahead. Get down. I'm serious. If you're not comfortable, leave.
Go where you're comfortable. Because nobody's comfortable here now anyway.
Being up on on a high floor like this.
Good. All right, so go.
Think about tanning.
Don't worry. You can go. This is a real thing. If you have a real fear, you should leave.
Hey, Howard, you know what really scares me now is the bedlam on the streets of New York now. Is there going to be a lot of looting now? Are people going to go...
I don't know. I hope not.
God that we have the respect and dignity not to do that.
You know, Howard, the thing that freaks me out? How on earth will I ever explain this to my son?
You won't.
Can't. What do you mean? Just say that...
Well, if we don't do anything, you really will have trouble explaining it.
Bush has got to come to play here, man. He's got to...
Well, yeah, he's probably busy right now planning something.
I'm telling you, and you know who's going to have a big, heavy hand in this is Colin Powell.
That's the man.
He's gonna go in and tell them this is what we got to do.
Fox
Howard,
News.
any confirm on who it is?
Yeah, Fox News is reporting a second plane is headed toward the Pentagon. A second plane. Let me go.
There are supposed to be no planes flying. If a plane is flying,
let me go to the feed and let's see if we can hear what's really going on.
It takes time to land.
Take off at all. Virtual no-fly zone, no aircraft within any distance of Manhattan at this time.
That's completely understandable.
Jim, we know you're about 5-6 miles away from downtown Manhattan, but from your vantage point, what update, if any, can you give us on what you're seeing along the streets there?
Well, Michael, we can tell you that some of the smoke, dust, and debris is starting to clear out. Earlier, we were unable to see anything on the lower half of Manhattan. We are currently looking towards the Battery Park area. And we could see some buildings now becoming visible that we were unable to see earlier. We have noticed a lot of...
We're not learning anything new there.
No, nothing there.
Let me see something. Someone's got to report that the PLO is taking responsibility. Josh, where did you hear that? Josh, are you there? Josh? Yeah,
if Yasser Arafat had anything to do with it, I mean,
well, I'm sure he knew about it, believe me.
Now the traffic lanes on the Williamsburg Bridge are filled with people that appear to be coming from the downtown area. They're walking slow. Looks like they're covered in soot. They're just getting out of the city.
All right.
How are we still? I thought our antenna is somewhere over there.
It's not. We moved it after the last
explosion.
I don't know what to say at this point. We're watching. Third
say?
Explosion caused the collapse. It's just out of control. Out of friggin' control. Let me see if anybody's got any information here. Darren, go ahead. Darren?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Howard, you need to stay on the air. You have the best coverage. You have a bird's eye view with Cabby and Doug in New York. I'm out here in Boston, and your coverage is fantastic, better than the network.
Okay, good. Then I'll stay on the air.
You're doing a great public service right now. You have a network of listeners.
I turned off my microphone for a while. I said to Tom, should I get off the air? And Tom said, believe it or not, you're doing a good job here, and people are calling like crazy. You need to speak, and especially for people outside of New York. So I'll stay on the air.
Definitely.
All right, thanks.
Doing a great job.
All right.
All right.
It appears that the smoke coming out of downtown is now